Hey, my friend's been gracious enough to lend me his 100-foot Azimut located here in Miami Beach, Florida. Today we decided to wear the Rolex Yachtmaster for today's edition of What Boat Should I Buy as a Novice or Noob, as those kids say. Follow me on this journey on the correct craft for you. Before answering that question, I have to ask you guys 3 questions actually. Are you living on the water? Is your boat at a dry dock or marina? Or are you trailing your boat to the marina? And how are the logistics to get there? That's a whole, separate topic for the other day. So if we're talking about getting your boat on the water, number 1, we'll say positives and negatives real quick. A lot of townhouse communities, if you're buying in a townhome and it's your first boat, you're limited to dock space. In my experience, and from a kid growing up on the water, and knowing how many houses my parents had to buy as their boats got larger, you're limited to between 22 and 25 feet. Some homes let you do a finger pier, which allows you to go a little bit bigger. But for most boaters, I believe as a first boat should not be larger than 25 foot. Most boats used to come with single motors. You could probably get a twin motor, which would be best. It's easier to handle, especially in windy conditions if you have some motor troubles. Now, the second question we have to ask ourselves is, either I live on a waterfront, but it's easier and I can afford to keep my boat at a marina. Why would I do that? Well, if you're part-time, it makes all the sense in the world because A, your boat is being taken care of. Your boat is fueled for you. Your boat is clean for you. You basically call them, they drop it in the water, it's ready to go. You bring your family, your friends, and you're out on the water in minutes. It's like a lifestyle and a concierge service for the people who can afford this. The only downside is, I guess, driving to the marina. Once you get there, everything else is carte blanche for you. Now, the third and final question is, hey, Adam, you know what? The water's too expensive. That's insurance. We're dealing with other factors. I can't keep my boat at the marina. It's just not feasible. I'm a guy that likes to have my property, and I don't mind trailering the boat. I can handle this. 100%. I know you can. This would be somebody that's gonna maybe be 32 foot and under. You're gonna find a local marina. Maybe you live an hour west, 30. You don't mind getting up early in the morning, trailering the boat, getting all your gear, putting it in the water, filling up the boat the night before or the morning. Get your fishing poles in there. It's a little more man's world that way. But hey, I know you can handle that, okay? Now let's talk about the boats or boat that makes the most sense for your first purchase. So we've identified now, maybe I want to be in that 25 foot or below range, should have 1 or 2 motors for various reasons that I spoke about. But what I found in my experience is open fishermen's tend to be the best boats for novice and more experienced buyers. Heck, I know guys that have had huge boats, even my own father. As you get older, you start downsizing and you go back to an open fisherman, a nice center console. Now, a center console can also be a bow rider, meaning guests can ride up front. These typically are better for the intracoastal, where open fisherman center consoles will take the open water a lot better, especially if you think you're gonna brave the Gulf and head over to the Abacos or the Bahamas. Check out Bimini Big Game Fishing Club if you get there. It's a great time. And another option is pontoon boats. They're great party boats. They're great sandbar boats. They got slides on them. They got sun pads. They got music. I think they're a great option for people that want to stay in the intercoastal. So guys, in my own personal experience, I've been a center console deep V guy. That's where you have a nice deep V hole and it's either stepped and it takes the water a little bit better, the waves. The new trend is catamaran. So I figured, what the heck? I'm gonna go buy myself a cat. I just bought a 24-foot Aquasport catamaran and equipped it with twin 150s. Oh my God, this boat is so fast, I should have probably put 90s on it. But hey, too late now. We're screaming across the intercoastal in this little catamaran. People are getting catamarans at 24 foot. Freeman is making a 40. The numbers are getting extreme, and it's an overall better handling vessel the bigger you get. It's also another option to check out. And of course, maybe you're like, hey Adam, I don't want all that speed. Can you talk about sailboats? That's a whole different game. You got catamarans, big masts, wait for bridges. I wouldn't do that as your first boat. That is a game of love, we'll call it that. But I would caution first-time boat owners to pick a sailboat as their first vessel. Most smart sailors start out small with a sailfish, build up into an 18-footer, and eventually can handle something bigger. There you've got to be smart about high tide, low tide, incoming, outgoing. There's a lot of operations. Let's stick to center consoles as maybe your first investment. Hey guys, I hope you got some good value out of this. And whatever choice you make, I'm gonna tell you two things. Do your research, get a boat PPI, which means like a professional inspection. Anything can happen on boats. It's super important, especially if they were kept on the water. You never know. Look for maintenance records. That's something that we didn't even talk about. I'd love to see in the comments what you thought or what you got valuable out of this episode. I can't wait to see your thoughts or what boat you may be purchasing already. Hey, I'll see you in the next episode.